Hey, what's up? I'm DallasWade, and today we are going to be talking to some spirits using a ritual known as the Red Book Ritual. Or at least we are going to be trying to do that by following some instructions that I found on a subreddit called r/threekings. I'm also going to be sharing all of the instructions along the way so you can follow along at home or try it out for yourself anytime that you feel like it. Let's go talk to some spirits. When I started looking for methods of contacting the shadow side, I discovered the subreddit known as r/threekings. r/threekings is a place where Reddit users share and compile lists of religious and spiritual rituals from all around the world. The index on the page now contains over 200 verified rituals. Rituals designed to send the user or their consciousness to other realms or summon entities from other realms into our own. The rituals on r/threekings tend to be rather complicated to execute, and oftentimes performing them can be psychologically traumatizing. But there is one ritual in particular that stands out from the rest because it isn't either of those things, and this ritual is known as the Red Book Ritual. The Red Book Ritual is designed to allow individuals from the mortal realm to communicate with entities from the spiritual world. It's very similar to using an Ouija board, except unlike an Ouija board, which almost never gives any answers to your questions, the Red Book Ritual guarantees to offer answers to every question that you ask. The Red Book Ritual is extremely simple to execute, and performing the ritual is actually a pretty fun experience. To perform this ritual, all you will need is a red candle, some matches, and a hardback book with a solid red cover. And it's best if the book doesn't have any pictures in it, or at the very least, very few pictures. To set up the ritual, find a dark room to perform it in. You can perform this ritual by yourself, but it's recommended to play it with 2 or more people. Performing this ritual with some friends or at a party could make for a very fun group experience. To begin the ritual, you must first get permission from the Red Book to play its game. To do this, place the palm of your hand on the cover of the book, and then while keeping your eyes closed, say this out loud. Red Book, may I enter your game? Keep your eyes closed and open the book to a random page and then point to a random spot on that page. Now open your eyes and read the sentence that you are pointing at. Ooh. Look at this. If the answer is negative, then the spirits do not wish to speak with you. And if that is the case, then you should close the book, blow out the candle, and leave. Because no always means no. No doesn't mean maybe. No doesn't mean try again or try harder. No always means no. If the answer in the book is confusing, then it could be that you haven't yet made contact with the spirits. And if that is the case, then close the book and ask it again more clearly. It might take a few tries for the spirits to hear you. They might be sleeping or something. I don't know. I don't know what spirits do. However, if the answer in the book is positive, then that means the spirits have accepted your invite and would like to speak with you. It took me a few attempts to make contact with the spirits, but I eventually did, and they allowed me to play their game. Ooh. Look at this. I don't know if I can show it to you. It says ritual magic. Right there. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if it's in focus or not. Ritual magic. I think that's a pretty good sign, right? I mean, if we have the liberty to interpret what these things mean, then I think pointing to a section in a chapter called Ritual Magic, I think we could interpret that as a yes. We could play the game. If the spirits allow you permission to play their game, then you should close the book, place the palm of your hand once again on the cover, close your eyes, ask the spirits any question that comes to mind, and then while keeping your eyes closed, turn to a random page, point to a random spot on that page, open your eyes, and read the answer. Once again, the answer might be clear, but it is also possible that you will be required to interpret it in some creative way. If you are playing with other players, then you should each take turns asking the spirits questions. As soon as I started playing the game, I asked the spirits a few different questions, and I was very surprised with the answers. I went into the game fully expecting most, if not all, of the answers to my questions to be essentially nothing but gibberish, make no sense in context with the questions that I was asking, but somehow that was not the case, and I was very surprised with the answers that I was receiving. So I guess now we have permission from the Red Book to ask it some questions. So let's ask it some questions. Is there life after death? So I'm pointing to a blank spot on the page. We could interpret that as a no, nothingness. Take that how you will. Pretty interesting, I guess. Let's ask it a couple more questions. How long will human civilization survive on this planet? That's kind of interesting. I'll show you. I'm not going to move my finger. You can see I'm pointing directly to the word limited. Not a very specific answer, but that is coincidentally related to the question I asked. So, you know, it's an answer. Let's ask the Red Book at least one more question. See how it goes, and then maybe we'll ask it some more. Is there a higher power than humans? Magician. It says magician. I'll show you. So I guess that means that there is a higher power than humans, and that higher power is magicians. So, you know, it's kind of cool, I guess. It's a pretty good answer. So, I think that's the last question we're gonna ask the Red Book. Once you're done playing the game, close the book, put the palm of your hand on the cover, and say these exact words. Red Book, may I leave your game? Now, while keeping your eyes closed, open the book, point to a page, open your eyes, and then read the sentence that you are pointing at. Do this until the spirits allow you permission to leave the game. Do not leave until the spirits allow you to. It can take a while, but you cannot break the rules of this game. Red Book, may I leave your game? A heavy beam. A heavy beam. Ask it again. Red Book, may I leave your game? Egyptian culture. Red Book, may I leave your game? They often used as banks. Red Book, may I please leave your game? Fenris is then killed by Odin's son. Red Book, may I please leave your game? New reformed druids. Red Book, may I please leave your game? The Maya played a similar game. Pretty interesting. It has the word game in it. Red Book, may I please leave your game? The punishment for this crime is death. Red Book, may I please leave your game? People walk in a circle. Red Book, may I please leave your game? Red Book, may I please leave your game? Red Book, may I please leave your game? Anatomy of a castle. Muslims and Vikings struck Europe. Daredevil, mother. Interesting. Red Book, may I please leave your game? May I please leave your game? It took me a while to get permission to leave the game. It took me a very long time, actually, but just as soon as I thought that I would never be allowed to leave the game, I finally got an answer that allowed me to leave, and thank God for that. Red Book, can I leave your game? Go forth and write something special. Right there. You can see it. So I guess that's a pretty good definitive answer. It took long enough. It took a very long time to get permission to leave the Red Book game. I probably put myself in a pickle choosing a non-fiction book. I would imagine it would be a lot easier if you were using a fiction book, because you would then have like dialogue and stuff in there, and that would make it a lot easier to get yeses and nos. In a book like this, which is essentially a reference book, like an encyclopedia kind of, there's not really yeses and nos very often, so you don't get very straightforward answers. It all depends on the book that you choose, you know, which kind of takes some of the mysticism out of it. Although I did know, I didn't choose it for this reason. I chose this because it's one of the only hardback Red books I have. I have 2 of them at least, but I did know that this one would be pretty good because it is a fantasy reference book, so it's going to mention, you know, gods and ghosts and things like that. So it was a pretty good fit for getting mystical kind of answers. So yeah. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. Also subscribe and activate that little bell icon if you haven't already. Go follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook if you'd like to keep up with me behind the scenes. And if you'd like to help support what I do, you can pledge to my Patreon or leave me a tip on Cashapp. Links and information for all of that stuff is in the description down below. Thank you for all of your support, and I'll see you in the next worship service.